Greetings. This is Astrologer Pam Younghans, and here is my forecast for the week of June 26th to July 2nd, 2023. The otherworldly effects of outer planet Neptune are heightened this week. The mystical planet, whose work involves helping humanity transcend the dramas and limitations of the physical plane, is moving very slowly now and will station retrograde this Friday, June 30th. With Neptune's influence strong for the next 2 weeks, we ourselves can feel somewhat distant from the Earth, as if our feet are not truly touching ground. We may be lightheaded and spacey, finding it hard to concentrate on the details. At times it can feel as though a fog has descended, blurring our vision of this mundane world and drawing our attention to the non-physical realms. Watercolor Neptune's influence can be invoked with good results for any activity that involves the imagination, such as visualization or the creative arts. The planet rules spiritual enlightenment and meditation, dreams and visions, psychic receptivity, film and photography, and activities that enable us to rise above the mundane. It is the planetary representative of the high heart and divine love, and its gifts to humanity include the qualities of compassion, understanding, and mercy. The shadow side of Neptune manifests when its positive qualities are taken to the extreme. The desire to transcend can become a need to escape, sometimes through substance abuse. Compassion and mercy can devolve into self-sacrifice and martyrdom. Non-attachment can turn into apathy. The imagination can be used to deceive self or others, and living in a fantasy world can interfere with handling life responsibilities. The naive idealism of Neptune can lead to disillusionment if our rose-colored glasses interfere with good decision-making or we are drawn in by glamours. And Neptune's sensitivity to energy, if not paired with good boundaries, can lead to being too impressionable, too easily affected by external influences. These many qualities of Neptune, both the higher frequency and the lower, are more pronounced now. It will be important to keep one foot in reality, even as we use Neptune's positive influence to step ever higher into the non-physical realms. People who have personal planets or points within a degree or two of 27 degrees 41 minutes of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces may feel this energy most directly. And if you were born around February 18th to 21st, June 18th to 21st, September 21st to 24th, or November 19th to 22nd of any year, Neptune is now working directly with the Sun in your natal chart to dissolve old patterns and self-definitions. Here are this week's most important planetary aspects with my brief interpretations. On Monday, Mars is square Uranus. As willful Mars forms a hard aspect with rebellious Uranus, people may be more impulsive in their actions and more reactive to any restrictions. We can feel quickly irritated with anything that goes against our desires or plans. With Mars in theatrical Leo, dramatic confrontations are possible. Working successfully with this influence requires that we become conscious of any underlying restlessness or agitation, and find safe ways to move and release the energy. This can be done through reasonable physical activity, especially something that uses the arms, such as the martial arts or hitting a punching bag. Also on Monday, Mercury is quincunx Pluto. Our judgments may be extreme, or we might obsess about an idea today. Be careful of being too rigid in your thinking. And on Monday, Mercury enters Cancer. While Mercury is in protective Cancer from June 26th to July 10th, our mind turns to themes of our long-term security. Family and domestic issues become more central in our thoughts, and we may feel nostalgic or emotional. On Tuesday, Mercury is square Ceres and sextile the North Node. Defensiveness can interfere with communications today, and we are especially sensitive to feeling patronized. However, staying calm and centered can help us rise above any melodrama. On Wednesday, the Sun is semisquare Uranus and trine Saturn. The emotional landscape may be unsettled early in the day. but by evening we are able to be more patient and rational. And on Wednesday, Mercury is semisquare Venus. Communications with a friend or loved one may not go smoothly, especially if someone is feeling unappreciated. On Thursday, Venus is trine Chiron. This aspect helps us mend bridges and to feel more supported within our relationships. But also on Thursday, Mercury is semisquare Uranus and trine Saturn. Conversations may not go as planned, and impatience can interfere with taking the time to fully listen to another. Restless minds eventually become more calm, enabling us to reestablish the lines of communication. Friday is the day that Neptune stations retrograde. It is important to go with the flow now, to follow our intuition, and to be in sync with the subtle energies as much as possible. Neptune's influence will continue to be strong for the next week to 10 days. Also on Friday, the Sun is conjunct Mercury. We are especially empathetic with this alignment and intuitive as well. On Saturday, both Mercury and the Sun are sextile Jupiter and semisquare Mars. The urge to share our thoughts and feelings is strong, but we can meet with resistance if we are too loquacious and do not give focused, respectful attention to the one who has listened to our side of the story. It can be easy to slip into defensive posturing, so remember that you always have the option to take a break and return to the discussion after emotions have calmed. On Sunday, Mars is trine Eris. We are highly motivated to go after what we want today, perhaps without taking others' feelings or perspectives into account. And on Sunday, Venus is square Uranus. Relationships could go through a period of instability with this aspect. The need for freedom is strong, and there is a reluctance to make commitments that interfere with personal needs. Our ability to allow others their own space and autonomy is tested. If your birthday is this week, there is a strong need to communicate your feelings this year, and you may be more impatient and irritable than usual, especially if you are used to downplaying your personal needs. This is an opportunity to understand your emotions and to shift any patterns of always being the caregiver, never being vulnerable and asking for care. Practical steps you take, such as journaling or taking a class in self-care and self-awareness, will bring great benefits. This is Astrologer Pam Younghans wishing you an insightful week. Thank you for being with me on this journey.
We hope that you have enjoyed this article. For over 30 years, we at Inner Self have sought to encourage new attitudes and new possibilities. For more inspiration, visit us at innerself.com. Thank you. Visit the Inner Self Market for new attitudes and new possibilities. You'll find inspiring books, wonderful music CDs, audiobooks, card decks, candles, jewelry, gifts, all kinds of wonderful things. Visit us at market.innerself.com.